Hi. Oh, goodness gracious. So, I started my period. I missed an entire month. But you can see this side is not nearly as bad. But you can see some. This side, the hormonal outbreaks. Yeah. No joke. Is no freaking joke. I have suffered from hormonal outbreaks for many years. I think mostly once I hit adulthood. In the past, when I was younger, I would get maybe a pimple here, a pimple there while I was on my period. But as I got older, it became more like cystic, like stuff like this too. Like, and then it stopped for a while. And I hope that it's not back. I hope that this is just like some weird fluke because this is my first period that I've had on Depo. This is also my first period that I've had on Mounjaro, so I don't know. I have read that some people, although I don't believe I remember reading that it was a known side effect. I don't remember reading that it's a known side effect, so I don't know if that's part of the problem, but I have heard from, personal accounts from other people that they've also had breakouts. Well, on I think moving into 5 milligrams. So, yeah. But anyways, so this is my full 1 month. Let's see. Step it. So this is my full 1 month update since starting Mounjaro. Now, when I say 1 month, I mean the entire box of injections plus. So what I mean by 1 month, I mean the entire time that it took me. Oh, I also got a new travel bag. Okay, I love this one. I love it. The other one, I liked it. I don't even know where it's at. I'll look around for it. The other one, I liked it, but this one I really, really, really love. And the reason why I chose to try it out was because it had this cover. So I don't anticipate having to ever take all 4, but as you can see, they clearly fit perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. There's no, there's even room, they can kind of jiggle about. There's no, there's none of that. Remember last time I had a fin? There's none of that. But what I liked was this. I liked that I can put the Mounjaro. If I needed to have 2, I can do that. If I needed to have 3, I can do that. If I needed to put all 4 for some reason, I could do that. It also has these strappy things, and then it has a little pocket, but these caps don't let them fit in the pocket. But you can put even your alcohol wipes, and then you could just wrap this piece up, put it inside so that it's not in direct contact with the ice packs if it needs to be touching them. So I absolutely highly, highly, highly recommend this one. I'll link it down in the description below if you are interested. They have this color and I think they have a gray. I just got this one because it would be delivered faster. But what I'm considering 1 entire month is after I have taken all 4 of my injections, all 4, plus the entire week after my last one. So basically the day before my 5th injection. That's what I'm considering when I say an entire month. Okay. So we're going to go over that. How much have I lost in this entire month? what my where my head is. Because if you guys are new here, you don't know that I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to start injections. I didn't even really know much about injections, to be honest with you. I didn't want to look at surgery as an option. I wanted to be able to do it by myself. I wanted to be able to continue my weight loss on my own. I did lose 120 pounds all by myself, and I wanted to be able to continue doing that. However, for 6 full months, I was stuck and I couldn't move. I don't know why. To this day, I don't know why. But at once, I got a PCOS diagnosis. I got a hypothyroid diagnosis. That was a couple of months before I got the PCOS. But I would say maybe 3 months before. So I got the hypothyroid diagnosis, the PCOS diagnosis, the fibroid diagnosis, the vitamin D, the like extremely low vitamin D diagnosis, the iron deficiency where I need to now start transfusions diagnosis. I also got a type 2 diabetes diagnosis all at once. At least it feels that way. The type 2 diagnosis and the PCOS and the fibroids and the iron were all, they were all the exact same day. So I started Depo for PCOS on June 19th. I had gotten the medication sent to me. And then I went to California for my brother's graduation. I came back and that following Wednesday. So I was back on Monday. And the following Wednesday was the day that I went to take my Depo at 9 o'clock in the morning. And from there, after I left the OB, I went home, took a nap, and then I drove straight to my PCP, where I was given the prescription for Mounjaro. I cannot explain to you really much of what happened at that time because I was sort of like, I was being a child. I was like practically covering my ears, la-di-da, I can't hear you. And the reason why I did that, and I didn't literally do that, but I ignored her as best as I could. I ignored the details of what she was saying without being rude and, still acknowledging that she's speaking to me and, those kinds of things. And I didn't want to talk myself out of it because I still had it in my head that I can do it. But I was so overwhelmed with everything that was going on and all these new diagnoses that I had been given. I was just afraid. After hearing 2 doctors in a row, literally on the same day within hours of each other, my OB appointment was at 9 in the morning, and then, it was at 9:15 in the morning. And then my PCP appointment was at like 12:30, I think. And then within hours, I'm just like, okay, like my brain is just kind of fried. And she told me she was going to write this prescription to try to get my A1C under control. And hopefully it would allow me to no longer continue to crave carbs and not overeat. And that it would allow me to continue to lose weight through the insulin resistance that my body was facing. So I said, okay, but the only way that I can do that was by pretending that I didn't know what was going on. I can't explain it because I really didn't want to do it. I really, really didn't. I really didn't want to face the fact that I needed help. And so on my drive home from the doctor, I get a text message from the pharmacy and they said all 6 of my prescriptions, six prescriptions were ready. And I said, okay. So I drove straight to the pharmacy. I purposely did not look at any of the names. I just went straight to the pharmacy, picked up my first 2.5 milligram box. I got that prescription filled, came straight home, sat on the couch, opened the bag. I wasn't in tears, but I was very, very emotional. I pulled the box out, and I had not heard much about it because, again, the very first time that I had ever heard about GLP-1 injections was Ozempic, and that was prior to Wegovy even becoming FDA approved. So I had heard about Ozempic in the very beginning of 2020. I got really sick with the Rona, and another doctor at the time had told me that, you know, this was probably an option that I should look into. She was really pushing me to do weight loss surgery, and I didn't want to. So she suggested that I start Ozempic, but my insurance wouldn't cover it. So it was going to be $1,800 a month. We weren't going to do that. So I just never looked into it again. I just knew it was something that I didn't want to do. And I don't know why. And I'm guessing a lot of it is because, not necessarily with Mounjaro, because I hadn't really heard of Mounjaro yet. But I'm guessing it's because of all the bad press that it was getting. You know, people were saying like all of these things about the side effects, you know, the nonstop diarrhea, constipation, vomiting, that people were pooping their pants at work because they couldn't make it to the toilet. I have IBS, so I know what those things are like. And I was just like, I don't want to add to the fire, you know? So I was just afraid to look into it more because I knew that I couldn't pay for it anyway. So what was the point? And so now now that I've done research, now that I've begun, now that I've experienced it for myself, the gratitude that I have towards the makers, Eli Lilly, for producing Mounjaro, for my doctor, for writing the prescription, for the OB, for, just trying to, because before all this happened and they were giving me the prescription for the depot, she was telling me that she was highly concerned that the depot would make me gain more weight. And that was something that she really didn't want for me to happen because I'm already super morbidly obese. And to add more weight on top of that, which a lot of people do gain weight from depot. I've never been on it before. I have taken oral birth control in the past, and I had gained weight from those, but they didn't do what I needed them. I was never taking them for birth control. I was always taking them for period regulations, and it never worked for that. So I just would stop taking them. And then, a few months or what have you would go by, and then we would start a different one and we would go from there, and nothing ever worked. So I stopped. It wasn't worth it to me to keep gaining weight and not have my periods regulated. I was breaking out. I already have facial hair, so I was getting more facial hair, and I was just like, hey, no, I'm just going to stop. And I just didn't feel like myself on birth control, so I stopped. So this time around, hearing, hey, you need iron infusions, you need to go to a clinic and get these things done, just terrified me. All of these things just were so scary that it was like, I will take the depot, even though I didn't want to gain any more weight, and I'm scared of it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm scared. I don't like medication. I don't like to take medication. I don't want to take medication. I don't want to be on medication for the rest of my life, which is probably another reason why I never looked further into Mounjaro or Ozempic, because I don't want to be on medications. But here we are. And now I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to do this. If my insurance didn't pay, there's no way I could pay $1,800. It's more than my mortgage. That's more than my mortgage with my property taxes. And Texas is the highest property taxes, the sixth highest in the entire nation. I mean, it's insane how much property taxes I pay. And my homeowner's insurance all combined, and 1 month on Ozempic would have been more than that. So it's just not feasible. It's just not something that I can financially do. And those of you that can do it, good for you, because truly that is a substantial amount of money, and that is not something that I could afford. And even if I could afford it, I don't like medication. I don't want to take it. So luckily, I mean, this sounds insane to say, but luckily I did have that. My insurance was willing to cover it due to the type 2 diabetes. Um, Although the the type 2 diabetes um, diagnosis that I got, I I know other people who work with me who have the exact same insurance as me, so I know they have the same policy, they have the same everything, because we have the same plan, and they can't get it covered because they say that their A1C is not high enough. My A1C was 6.6, which my doctor said is the lowest that I could be to still be considered. That is because I have seen some charts that say it can start as low as 6.4, but 6.4, 6.6, whatever. So I'm at 6.6, or I was. I don't know what I am now. In 2 weeks, I go get another blood work done. So we'll go from there. But I am truly grateful from the bottom of my heart that this is something that, my insurance is substantially covering. My copay is only $30. And I know $30 can also be a lot for some people. $30 is not, it's not a little bit of money, and some people can't afford to pay even that extra $30. So I understand. Luckily, thank God, I am in a position where $30 won't, it doesn't cause a substantial, financial strain on my family. So I'm beyond grateful for that, because I don't know where I would be right now if I wasn't able to, if I wasn't able to pay for this, if I wasn't able to be on this journey, because although I've lost 120 pounds on my own, I couldn't do it anymore. I don't know if that stall would have broke on its own. I don't know. My body was just fighting me tooth and nail to continue to lose, and it's not fighting me anymore. And I'm so grateful for that. And for those of you who have the opportunity to do this as well, I'm so grateful that this is an option for you. As much as I am that it's an option for me. Okay. Okay. I really didn't know if I can get through this without crying. And I'm going to do my best to do that, because I'm already red enough as it is, and I don't want to add to it because it's ugly. But so my full 4 weeks, okay? Let's talk numbers. I don't know where my other book is. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Because it's emotional to talk about this stuff.
I heard you crying. That's why I come over here.
I figured. I thought you had the TV on louder.
What do you want fajitas from some? I think I'm getting fajitas for right here.
Apparently, I was crying that loud. He's in the living room watching TV and heard me crying and came to check on me, because I'm not a crier. I cry a lot on this channel apparently, but I don't get emotional like that often. So okay. So let's talk numbers. I don't know where my other book is. Luckily, I was trying to be more clear, so I made a new one for my doctor's visits, but I don't know where it's right here. Okay, so I haven't transferred, whatever. But anyways, so I started on June 19th of 2024. I took my first injection at 3:30 p.m. I took it on the right side of my belly. That was a Wednesday, 2.5 milligrams. So that day I did have some nighttime nausea. Thursday I had constipation and nausea before bed, but none of the side effects that I had were bad. So none of the constipation was bad. Um, but I did have it on Thursday and Friday, the same side effects, constipation and nausea before bed. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I had diarrhea and nausea before bed. Again, constipation and diarrhea is something that I deal with normally. With the 50,000 IUs of vitamin D, it is a very common side effect. So I'm not going to sit here and say that it's from Mounjaro. It was just something that I was experiencing. So I wrote it down. And Tuesday, I had nausea before bed. So on the 26th of June, I took my second dose on the left side of my belly at 12 p.m. And I didn't have any side effects that day. On Thursday, I was nauseated at night before bed, but I got sick. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I did not do any notations of it because I was incredibly sick. I ended up with bronchitis and a sinus infection. So I didn't feel that it was fair to write down how I was feeling, knowing that I didn't know what it could be from. So that Tuesday night is the night that I had my very first craving. I was craving cheesecake. And then that day was the 2nd of July. So I had also gotten my measuring tape that is perfect for super plus size people like me because it measures up to 80 inches, whereas a lot of the options on there only measure up to 60. So if you are interested in a measuring tape that goes that high, or you need one that goes that high, I'll link it in the description down below so that you can get your hands on it as well. It's nothing fancy. It's not like a smart measuring tape or anything like that, but it does the job and it works really well. And it's only like $6. So I took my measurements that day. We'll skip that, but we'll come back. On the 3rd of July, I took my injection at 11 a.m. on the right side of my belly. Now I am moving around the timing. I start work at 3 p.m. and I get off at midnight. So I do everything later in the day. I don't do anything really early because a lot of people say, that it takes 8 to 12 hours or even longer for the side effects to kick in. For me, I don't know because I've been sick, so I've been off of work. I'm not sure. I haven't been staying up that late. But on Wednesday, I woke up hungry for the very first time in 2 full weeks. I had not felt a single instance of hunger until that day. So that was the beginning of week 3. I also started therapy for my disordered eating. Thursday, I'm still not tracking any like side effects outside of talking about like my hunger and stuff. So on Thursday, I was hungry. It was back. Hunger was back. Cravings are back since Tuesday night is the notation that I made. I also on Friday went to the doctor and then I started a Z-Pack and steroids. Still wasn't tracking any of my possible side effects. So on week number 4, I took it in my right thigh. It did sting. There was irritation and I ended up bruising, which was the very first time that I had anything like that happen. I did read, well, I do know, I've been a medical assistant in another life. I used to work for a medically supervised weight loss clinic many years ago. So I gave injections every single day. And I do know that with some subcutaneous injections, actually with any injection, you do run the risk of hitting a blood vessel and causing bruising. There was no pain really involved with the bruising, although when the medication went in, it did sting. Now I have read that a lot of people allow their pins to come to room temperature before they do the injection because it will negate that stinking feeling. I have not noticed it before, but on the 10th, I did get that. And I took it at 12:05 p.m. Now, I'm still hungry, but my appetite suppression, well, I'm not hungry. I'm getting hungry like throughout the day. Like I don't normally eat breakfast, but sometimes I wake up and I'm hungry. Even that is not normal for me. Even before taking Mounjaro, I just don't eat breakfast. I'm just not hungry really in the mornings. But I was feeling hungry throughout the day, whereas prior to that, with the first injection, I had never been hungry. I am still having a bit of cravings. It's not crazy. It's not like anything I can't control, but I am there. Now, so what I did write down for the first full month, I just kind of went over like how I was feeling and stuff. I talked about how I didn't even realize that the food noise was completely gone until it came back. Um, I noticed the appetite suppression, the whole time had been there, but I was never feeling hungry for the first 2 weeks. And then the second 2 weeks, I was having hunger cues come back. So I started at the doctor's office at 364 pounds on the 19th of June. And the morning of the 17th of July, which makes it 4 full months or 4 full weeks, so my entire month, I weighed in at 347.2 at the same doctor's office. So that was a full loss of 16.8 pounds. The very first time I took my measurements, the waist came in at 66. And then the second, okay, 66. Let me see, hold on. Let me try to do it this way so that I can see them against each other. Okay. So I'm going to use both books. I'm going to cheat. We're going to use both books. So the very first time that I took my measurements, my waist came in at 66, and then it came in at 58.2 the next time I took it, which was on the 16th of June. My belly button came in my waist at the belly button was at 79.3, and then the next time it was 77.2. Then my wrist came in at 7.2, and every single thing that isn't like central, so like my neck, my waist, my waist, my belly, my bust, those are all central. But all the measurements that are done on a single side, they're all done on the left. So the wrist came in at 7.2, and then it came in at 7. My neck came in at 16.5, and it was still 16.5. That's the only thing that did not go down. My thigh came in at 30.3, and then it came in at 29 the next time. So my knee came in at 19.6, and then I got it to 18. My ankle came in at 9.6, and then it came in at 9.2 the next time. My arm, I forgot to write it down. My arm came in at 20.4. Oh, no, we didn't. I don't know. I don't know why. I missed it. It's the very, very first one. So my arm came in at 20 with 4, and then the next time it came in at 19 and 2. So 20 and 4 the very first time, and 19 and 2 in the second. My elbow was 12, and then it was 11.6 the next time. So my bust came in at 62.1, and then the next one was 61.3. So every single part of me lost something except for my neck. Oops. And then beginning week 5, I did go up to 5 milligrams. So um, my next doses will be at the 5 milligrams. Um, I did have some nausea mostly at nights and some diarrhea. And I did notice that with both of those things, they were exacerbated when I would eat fried or greasy food. Um, and then I wouldn't have any of that when I wouldn't eat stuff like that. So, you know, the first week or two, I was still um, like having, like David bought pizza one day. So I had a slice of pizza. I couldn't even eat the whole slice, but I did get diarrhea that day. So, I was also nauseated that day. I did also notice that it did curb my online shopping addiction, which is real. Um, I am working with a therapist regarding my relationship with food because I need to be able to get that under control in my head so that it doesn't continue to be a problem when and if I have to get off the medication. Um, so that I can continue to have success in my health journey. Um, I am 100% trying to take advantage of this opportunity that I have to the fullest because I don't know how long I'll be able to be on this. I don't know, you know, um, with my experience with my job, I've been there for 5.5 years. They have changed medical plans already 3 times. So I don't know whether or not this will be an opportunity for me come next year. So we're just gonna have to go from there. Hopefully this is not something that I need to consider anytime soon, having to come off. But if I do, at least I'll have some more tools built into my head to learn to cope with my eating and the food noise and the constant and the food comfort and those kinds of things. And I have not overeaten once since I've been on this medication. Um, Overall, I'm just incredibly grateful. I really just am. And I hope that if this is also part of your journey, that you are taking advantage of it to the fullest, that you are working through the mental stuff as well as the physical stuff, that you are, even in the literature from Eli Lilly and from Novo Nordisk, if you are on Ozempic or semaglutide, Wegovy, it does say that along with diet and exercise changes, this medication can help you um, lower your A1C. It can help you with your insulin resistance, and it can help you lose weight so long as you are doing your part. And your part is anything and everything that you can do to better you. Because this isn't about bettering Eli Lilly. This isn't about bettering Novo Nordisk. This isn't about bettering me. This is about bettering you. You need to do the work for you. Not for me, but for you. I'll do the work for me. And when I can't do the work for me, I hope that I have support and encouragement along the way to be able to continue to get back on the right track, and I will be that support and encouragement for you. I truly cannot explain to you just how grateful I am for you. I I don't have words. In my life, I've never really had people that I can depend on. I've never really had people that I can go and talk to and be supportive of, anything that I do like that. You know, um, my weight and my weight management and my health. It's not something that I easily talk to people in my real life about any time since even when I was little. It's not something that I've ever been able to really openly discuss. And here I feel like it's a safe space, and I don't know why that is, but I do feel that way, even though it's available for the entire world to see, including my family. But I really, really, really am grateful to you. And I really appreciate all the comments, the likes, the shares. I appreciate you subscribing. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we are 60 away. Well, 59. We're 59 away. So we can do this. You guys already know I want to hear all about your week. Want to hear all about the ups and the downs, the ins, the outs, the things that you need encouragement for, the things that you need somebody to cry with you over, and I'm here to do that with you. The things that you need a pat on the back for, the things that you need somebody just to talk to. I'm here. I love to be supportive for you too. We're going to try something new this week. So if you've made it this far into the deep end, let's leave an emoji. That emoji is going to be the little party guy. Because woohoo, woohoo, the little party guy. This guy. Let's leave this guy. If you've made it this far, please feel free to leave that guy in the comment section down below. I can't express to you just how much you mean to me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I just want to give you the digital hugs that you deserve, and I'll see you later.